Today I'm at Barton Town in Nissan Barrow in Furness and I'm going to be checking out the new Nissan Qashqai. A huge thanks to them for making this video possible. I have also reviewed the X-Trail here and also the Duke last year, so they've helped me with a few videos, and now I'm reviewing one of the most popular models in the Nissan range. So the Qashqai has been a massive hit in the UK since it was launched in 2007. It spanned across a few generations and then this was updated last year, the third generation Qashqai. It's definitely been tweaked the styling to look more smart and up to date with different vehicles. There's a lot of competition now, including competition from Chinese manufacturers, which might not be taking away all of the sales from the Qashqai, but added together with cars such as the O-Moda 5, MG HS and JQ7, they are definitely some strong contenders for the Qashqai. So today I'm going to find out, has it done enough to keep up with this strong competition? To the front of the Qashqai, you got the new split headlights and the new grille, which you may have heard is inspired by samurai armour. It could be samurai armour or it could be scales or like an armadillo maybe, but it does definitely look quite impactful and bold on the vehicle. I wasn't sure about this at first, but it has definitely grown on me and I think it looks really smart. Something that definitely comes in the Qashqai's favour is the width of the vehicle. It's around 3 centimetres narrower than the Kia Sportage. That definitely helps for manoeuvring around cities and towns, so that's a great thing if you do plan on taking this down some tight roads. It's actually quite a manoeuvrable mid-size SUV as it's on the smaller end of the scale. To the rear of the vehicle, Nissan have definitely improved the back bumper section just for a sportier look. It looks a lot more refined and just a bit more thought out than before. The Qashqai lettering in grey is a bit lost in this gunmetal, so it'll definitely look better in a different colour. It kind of just blends in. And then you've got the new taillights, which most people really have liked. Clear taillights are a huge trend at the moment, but because these were red originally, I'm not too sure about them. Now when they're on, they do look pretty good and they've been improved, so the brake lights can be seen more clearly apparently, and also you've got sequential indicators on the higher up trims. However, I'm just not sure about them, especially when you turn the lights off. So when the lights are off, you just got the silver greyish taillights, and I think red just looks better on the vehicle. What do you think though? Put it in the comments down below. Do you prefer these clear tail lights, or like me, do you prefer the red tail lights on the pre-facelift Qashqai? Rear tinted windows is definitely a must on a family SUV to have that VIP feel for the kids in the back, and also just a more sporty exterior design. They're standard on end connector and above. Of course, if you've got a centre premium, you could get these tinted quite cheaply, but I think end connector and above are definitely the specs you should be looking at, because end connector does have more spec and it definitely looks better from the exterior. There's 8 colours to choose from on a centre premium and end connector, and they're all a one-tone colour rather than the 2-tone options. Across the range as standard is the Ocean Deep, which is a really nice tealy dark green metallic, which is new for the facelift. I really like how this looks. I think it really suits the look of the vehicle. The paintworks, they start at £745, including this gun metallic paintwork, which is a dark grey, very popular at the moment. You then have a few other subtle colours available. You've got Pearl White, which has been across Nissan's range for a while now. I really like that look on the vehicle. You've also got your Blade Silver, again a staple Nissan colour. Ceramic grey, which is that flat grey, again a very popular colour at the moment. You got the Sunset Red. I'm not a big red fan myself, but it does suit the vehicle. You've also got Magnetic Blue, which looks great as well, and of course you've also got the Pearl Black colour. So plenty of colour options there, but really nice the standard colour option. If you go up to the end design model, you get a black roof as standard, so that's excellent. So you get it in the Ocean Deep with the black roof, which looks really great. Paintworks are also £745, but they come with the black roof as standard, which is great. So you've got Pearl White with the black roof, Sunset Red with the black roof, Magnetic Blue with the black roof, and also the Ceramic Grey with the black roof. So those 5 colours do really look great on the vehicle. This is the Tecna model, which costs the same price as the End Design, focuses more on a comfort rather than the sportier look. So an End Design, think of it like what R-Line is to Volkswagen or ST Line is to Ford, that sportier look to the vehicle. So going up to Tecna, the colours are the same prices as on the other ones, £745 for a monotone such as this one. If you do want the 2-tone, it starts at £520 for the Ocean Deep with the black roof. That's really good value because I think it looks great, nice with the black roof. I like the Qashqai with the black roof and then the colour. I think my favourite still definitely is the Pearl White with the black roof. I just think it stands out and looks really nice. but they do go very expensive though on Tecna. Over £1,200 if you want any of the other metallics with a black roof that's not the Ocean Deep. They get quite expensive, so just something to bear in mind. I think paying £1,200 for a paintwork option is quite expensive, so the Ocean Deep with the black roof for £520 is pretty good. Or you can of course just go for an overall colour the same with the same roof colour for £745. Wheels on the Qashqai range from 17 to 20 inches, so that's a really nice range. On the Ateca Premium, which is your base model, it starts with these 17-inch grey alloy wheels. I'm not a huge fan of them, they do look quite small for the vehicle and not the best. If you do go up to the e-Power Ateca Premium though, you get these 18-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, which are also the standard wheels on end connector trim. They look really nice. I do like that two-tone design on the vehicle. Going up to Tecna, you get these 19-inch aerodynamic style alloy wheels in grey and black. Online they don't look the best, but in person they are a really nice design. They're clearly inspired by the fully electric Nissan Ariya EV, which has these wheels for the aerodynamics, and also the new Duke has got those as well. I do actually like them. In person they look a lot better than they do online. Going up to end design, you get the 20-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, which look really good, really sporty and quite a unique look with the edge and then the black centre. I think that looks really smart and something that we've not really seen from manufacturers before. It's just really unique. I really like it. Back to Nissan doing some more innovative things with their vehicles. And then last but not least, at the top of the range, Tecna Plus, you get these 20-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, which we did see on the pre-facelift, looking nice and smart on the vehicle. So plenty of options. As you can see, these 19-inch wheels have got a really chunky sidewall, so they should provide a really comfortable ride. And if you go for the 20-inch alloys, you do get the multi-link rear suspension, so independent rather than a torsion beam. So over speed bumps and stuff like that, the car will be a little bit more controlled. However, obviously a 20-inch wheel is going to mean it's going to be a bit more of a firmer ride in general. These 19s though, you can see a really chunky sidewall, so on the Tecna, that's not bad at all. This should be a pretty smooth ride. Okay, so let's have a look under the bonnet on the Qashqai. So you can see this has got the e-Power engine, which is the hybrid setup. As standard though, you get a 1.3 turbocharged 4-cylinder with 138 brake horsepower. That is 0 to 62 in 10.2 seconds, so it's not too bad, and that can be had with a 6-speed manual, or you can have it with the Xtronic, which is an automatic CVT transmission. You can then also get the 1.3 but tuned up a bit with 157 brake horsepower. That's the same power plant you'll find in many Mercedes models, such as the Mercedes GLB. However, unlike that car that comes with a 7-speed dual clutch automatic, the Qashqai comes with the Xtronic CVT automatic, which isn't known to be the best gearbox on the market. If you do want a smoother drive, you can go for this e-Power engine, which has got a 1.5 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with electric motors, producing a combined 188 brake horsepower. This takes you from 0 to 62 in 7.9 seconds, so it's very nippy, one of the fastest on the market. It's 2-wheel drive only, so if you do want an all-wheel drive model, you do have to go for a higher output 1.3 turbocharged petrol. The turbocharged petrols are all mild hybrids, whereas the e-Power is a full hybrid with a bigger battery system in there. The normal petrol models get around 44 miles per gallon combined, with the all-wheel drive getting around 40 miles per gallon combined, and this e-Power model 53 miles per gallon combined is what Nissan claims. Most people average about 47 in the e-Power model, depending on the type of driving. If you're doing a lot of town and city driving, you'll definitely benefit from the e-Power system. It's quite unique as well. The engine never directly drives the wheels like most hybrids do. Electric motors always drive the wheels, and the engine just acts as a generator. So the engine is never directly driving the wheels like what you'd get on a Toyota or a Honda hybrid system. So the e-Power is a good system, and I guess it's ahead of Volkswagen in that sense, because Volkswagen don't currently have a full hybrid. They've only got a plug-in hybrid or mild hybrid powertrain. However, if you do want a self-charging hybrid that offers all-wheel drive as well, I'd definitely put you in the direction of the Ford Kuga, because that's fun to drive as well and has sportier handling than what a Qashqai will offer. And how about the interior of the updated Qashqai? Well, it does feel very Qashqai-like, and that's not a bad thing, so it's very familiar to what we've seen before. This 12.3-inch infotainment display is now standard across the range. This was on some versions of the pre-facelift model. They've also still got the fixed glass panoramic roof, which is really nice. There you go. That's standard on Tecna and above. You've got these nice materials on the dash as well. It just looks really good. And then this sort of material as well with this nice pattern. Not a lot of gloss black, which is a good thumbs up. There's a bit down here at the bottom of the screen and then a little bit here, but it's not too much. Most of it's this nice grey trim, which looks nice. As you can see, you've got wireless charging on this Tecna, which is a lovely feature. And it also lights up to tell you when the phone's charging, which is also really nice because some cars don't do that. You've got this dark headlining for that sportier look, but that doesn't matter because you've got the nice sunroof. Now these are the leather-like seats on the Tecna. You can also get these in the umber colour, which is kind of a brownie colour. I normally quite like a different colour seat, but I think the black looks better. It just looks a bit more modern and premium on the vehicle. And you've got this nice stitching pattern as well, which looks great. On the Centre Premium, you've got full cloth. Then on the end connector, you've got like a part leather, part cloth, which is quite nice. Then going up to Tecna, these are the seats, or you can get the brown ones. My favourite seats are definitely the end design, which has got black leather, but with Alcantara inserts. And then that also gives you an Alcantara dash, which looks really smart. I really like that for that added sportiness. And then going up to Tecna Plus, you have slightly different seats again. You also have the electric seats as well on Tecna, which is very nice because even on very high spec Tiguan's, you don't always get the electric seats as standard. Nice that you have that, and you also have 2 memory settings so you can save it. You'll be pleased to know the driver's seat is nice and comfortable and ergonomic, with the electronically adjustable lumbar support on this Tecna, as well as the electronic adjustable front seats. If you go for Tecna Plus, it also gives you a massaging mode as well, so adding to the more premium feel of the vehicle. Really nice large door mirrors as well. You can see out well. You've got this frameless rear view mirror. You get a good view out the back. Not a massive blind spot really out the back, so it's quite good. Nice size steering wheel. It's not too chunky. It's a really nice thickness, so that's good. This 12.3-inch digital dial display is standard on end connector and above. It's 7 inches on the Ateca. I find it quite clear. It's got all the information on there that you need, and I do find the information is a bit clearer than the one that you do get in the Ford Kuga. So you can see even more reason why you want to go for that trim. It's definitely the one to go for, at least that one or above. This is obviously the Tecna models who've got more features such as a heads-up display. That's another nice thing on the vehicle. This 12.3-inch display though is standard, as I say, so that's really nice. It didn't used to be standard on the vehicle. It also does have built-in Google Maps, so you don't always have to have your Apple CarPlay connected. Whenever I put Apple CarPlay on, I don't use the Apple Maps, I use the Google Maps because they're always the best. So it's really nice that you actually have built-in Google, because it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So that's going in line with their cousins over at Renault, who also use a Google system, and I really like that. You also have got the 360 cameras, which of course Nissan are famous for on end connector and above. As you can see, it shows an end design car outside, and it can show you all the different views. So that's your front view. Obviously it's improved so much since it was first around. My dad's 2013 Qashqai did have 360 cameras, but the screen that it showed was about this big, and that was it. But this is much better. You can see all the different angles of the vehicle. So quite a lot of manufacturers have got a similar system now, but Nissan were definitely the pioneers of this technology. This is like your see-through underneath as well, so you can basically see if you're driving over something, which is useful. I love that feature as well, the both sides feature. That's the most useful. So if you're going for a width restriction, a tight space, or you want to check that you're in a parking space, you can do so by seeing the camera on each side of the vehicle. So that's great. If you do pop the car into reverse, the rear camera comes up by itself. All the buttons are physical and nice and chunky. Climate controls are all physical, so it all just makes a lot of sense. Also, the screen is facing towards the driver, so it's got a really UK focused feel, which is always nice to see. You should also be able to see there the little lines in the windscreens. This one's got a heated windscreen, much like the Ford quick clear screens you see on the Kuga, so that's really nice. However, it's not standard across the range as you'd see on the Fords. I also really like this shifter as well. Rather than it being a column shifter, it's in a really good place and it's not too massive and bulky, so that's great. Unfortunately, the handbrake doesn't come on automatically when you pop it in park, but that is just a minor inconvenience. Some key features which are really nice to have on the Qashqai is famously the fixed glass roof. This is standard on N design and above, so that's nice to have. If you do want it on N connector, you can opt for the glass roof pack for £650. Another nice feature on the vehicle is a Bose premium surround sound system. That is standard on Techno Plus models, and on the Techno models such as this one, you can opt for it for £590. Unfortunately, on all the other trims, it's not available as an option at all. And how about boot space on the Qashqai? Well, it's not class leading. It starts at 504 litres on a Sensor Premium, going down to 479 on N connector and above. That's because you've got the false floor section, and obviously that's a little bit higher up, which means your seats do fold flat. Talking about the configurable boot floor, you've got two kind of parcel shelf sections like this. They do also flip over to their kind of rubberized-ish side, which is said to be waterproof, so if you've got muddy boots or whatever, you can just pop them on there and that'll wipe down a bit better, so that's nice. You don't necessarily need a boot mat then if you just put them in that way. And then underneath there you've got your tyre inflation kit further down below, so this space is actually quite a lot underneath there. You can of course drop both boards down below as well, and then you've got more boot space, or you can have them up here and you've literally got no load lip, which is quite uncommon on vehicles, so that's really nice to have that. You've also got a 12-volt socket there and a hook on either side. This has got an optional luggage mat in, which does look quite smart. The boot further shrinks if you go for an all-wheel drive model, or if you do opt for the Bose sound system, which is standard in Techno Plus and an optional extra on the Techno model. So overall, it's not quite as big as some other rivals, but remember what I said about it being slightly narrower. It is at the smaller end of the mid-size SUV category, and inside space is still quite decent, but you still have that more compact exterior which suits town and city driving, so that's just something to bear in mind. No, it may not be the biggest boot in the class, but outside its dimensions are a little bit more compact than other models. Big enough for most people. If you do need a bigger boot though, the Tiguan and Sportage both offer a larger space. And what will the family think in the back of the Qashqai? You've got quite a bit of room. As I say, it's not the widest SUV, so you've got more space in some other rivals. The bases of the seats aren't very long and they are quite flat, so some are more tilted up and give you a bit more under thigh support. Also, you don't have any kind of adjustability in the recline of the seats, so that's a bit of a shame. Like in the Cougar and the Tiguan, you can kind of tilt it back or have it more upright. However, you do have this central armrest here with two cup holders. This is nice quality, it's comfortable, it's in a good place. You've also got the padded door rests here as well, electric windows, your handle, and then your little touch sensitive lights as well, like many manufacturers are doing at the moment. You've also got pockets on the backs of both seats, so they've not been stingy like Mazda, giving you one, you get two, and you get two USB-C ports back here as well, which is also a nice generous feature because some only get one and some manufacturers give you none. The seats themselves are quite comfortable. The bases though are quite flat, so on a long journey you might get a bit of a numb bum. Now the panoramic roof goes pretty much all the way to the back, not quite this far back, but I've still got quite a decent amount of headroom. I'm 5'8"-ish. If you're over 6 foot, you probably will be a little bit tight for headroom, but it's not too bad. But you do get the light in the back of the cabin, so it doesn't feel dark in here at all. It's nice and airy, even with the dark headlining. We sit in the middle seat. You've got quite a big hump here. It's quite wide, but it's quite low down. So if you had smaller feet, you could fit them on there. So you've got to put your feet on each side, and as I say, it's quite wide, so you have to spread out a little bit, but it's quite comfortable. It's more comfortable than the middle seat in the Honda HR-V. If you do want to watch my video on the Honda HR-V, you can click up there and watch my full overview if you want to look for a slightly smaller full hybrid SUV. Your ISOFIX points, unfortunately, are those removable ones, which tend to get lost, and they do look quite cheap, which is a bit unfortunate. Fold the seats down, very easy, like so, and then you've got almost completely flat low bay, which is fantastic. And of course, this leather look is really easy to kind of wipe down and keep clean, practical for families in that point of view as well. With the greys getting quite expensive, and obviously the two-tone paintwork can be expensive option as well, prices can go up quite quickly, especially if you go for the e-Power hybrid model. Make sure you can get it under that £40,000 tax threshold, so you're not paying the premium road tax. You can get an e-Power for under that price. You just have to be careful with how you spec your car. You probably have to go with the normal ocean deep colour, which I really like anyway, and just watch out on those options because they can add up quite quickly. So there you have it, the updated Nissan Qashqai. What do you think of this vehicle? Pop it in the comments down below. I think it's definitely a welcome upgrade to the pre-facelift model with some nice styling tweaks and also tech upgrades inside with that bigger screen and then also the digital dials as standard from N connector and above. It's very UK focused as well, being built in the UK and then everything being tailored to UK roads as well. That's the reason why you see a lot of these on the market. However, competition is stronger than ever before, so that definitely puts strain on Nissan for sure. We're going to see a few more Nissan products be launched in the next couple of years, so that's very exciting. Hopefully Nissan is going to get back on their A game. If you like the Qashqai, I'm sure you'll love this new model because it's very quintessentially Qashqai. Is that enough in today's market? I'm not too sure because there's a lot of tough competition out there, but this offers a nice spacious size SUV for families without being overbearingly massive, and it's a familiar feel altogether. Customers have been especially happy with the e-Power hybrid model as well. Thanks again to Barton Townley Nissan Barron Furnace for making this review possible. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one.